didn't rush in like the wind. You were quiet, paper thin, a glance that lingered, then let go. But something in me started slow. You laughed like rain, soft and brief. No promises, no bright motif. But in your silence, seeds were sown. Now I bloom, but not alone. Petals slow, this feeling grows, unfolding where nobody knows. No rush, no flame, just soft and unnamed, like spring arriving through the snow. You made me feel petals slow. We talked of books and coffee beans, of stupid dreams and movie scenes. You never tried to make me fall, you just stood still, that was all. But somehow every word you said stayed in corners of my head. And I, who never felt this way, let love arrive day by day. Petals slow, this feeling grows, unfolding where nobody knows. No rush, no flame, just soft and unnamed, like spring arriving through the snow. You made me feel petals slow. I used to run from things like this, but now I stay and don't resist. You don't chase, you let it be, and somehow that's what anchors me. Petals slow, and that's enough. No sudden heights, just steady love. We don't bloom for all to show, but here I am, petals slow.
We walk the same old street, but I don't hear your feet. You're inches from my side, but miles from where you used to be. Your hands are in your coat, mine searching for a quote to say what's left unsaid, but silence fits us both instead. Steps between us, like shadows on the ground. We keep the pace, but never turn around. We're close but not enough to break this kind of hush. Still moving, still apart, with steps between the heart. You glance but never stay, eyes drift the other way. Your laughter once was near, now fading with the years. The cafe door ahead, a table once we shared, now just a marker stone of all the love we've outgrown. Step but never turn around. We're close but not enough to break this kind of hush. Still moving, still apart, with steps between the heart. If I reached for your hand, would you pull away or stand? Are we walking just to go, or to hold on slow? Steps between us, not measured by the street, but all the quiet we fail to ever speak. So close but out of touch, pretending it's not much. Still moving, still in sync, but hearts begin to shrink with steps between us.
The scent of cinnamon still lingers on my coat. A whisper from the past that still floats in my throat. Your laughter in this corner still echoes soft and slow. This amber coffee and let the memories flow. Cinnamon fade like autumn in the glass. You slipped away so gently, I didn't feel the crash. Still dancing in the steam of all the things we left. This song we used to play now hums behind the noise. You always loved the quiet, the pause between the voice. The sugar's almost melted, but you're still in the taste. A little sweet, a little lost in what we can't replace. Cinnamon fade like autumn in a glass. You slipped away so gently, I didn't feel the crash. Warm and bittersweet like something never said. Still dancing in the steam of all the things we left. I won't chase the wind, I'll just sit and let it stay. The smell, the light, the song that never fades away. Cinnamon fade, a gentle kind of trace. You're not figured you'd stay just long enough for one cup. No promises, no plans, no trying to catch up. You held it warm, two hands, like something you could lose. I smiled, said take your time, though I already knew. Until the cup is empty, I'll sit here by your side. No need to say forever, just linger in this light. Let the minutes fill the silence, like sugar in between. We'll love a little quietly, until the cup is clean. You talked about the weather and cities on your list. I nodded with a quiet heart that dared not hope for this. You never asked for more, I never tried to give, but in this tiny window we remembered how to live. Until the cup is empty, I'll sit here by your side. No need to say forever, just linger in this light. Let the minutes fill the silence, like sugar in between. We'll love a little quietly, until the cup is clean. And when the last drop hits the glass, you'll stand and time will pass. But for this fleeting little while, we made the stillness last. Until the cup is empty, no promises to keep. We borrowed time together and placed it in the heat. So here's to quiet endings and mornings that we meet. Until the cup is empty, you were home to me. Sunlight painting flowers on the floor, steam rising slow from cups we pour. You read a page, I watch the sway of time that softly floats away. And we don't need to speak, this silence feels complete. Like windows blooming light in the corners of the quiet. this small slice of time.
Same seat by the window, same drip of the rain. You sip your tea slow, like nothing ever changed. My hands wrapped round this cup, you hum a song I knew. It's been months or maybe years, but this moment still feels new. Soft rain, same place, different words, same face. We never said goodbye, so maybe this is why I keep coming back to this faded track where silence fills the space with soft rain, same place. You look outside, I look at you. That's always how it was. We speak in half a sentence, but somehow it's enough. You ask about the weather, I answer with a smile. Funny how a question can stretch across a mile. Soft rain, same place, different words, same face. We never said goodbye, so maybe this is why I keep coming back to this faded track where silence fills the space with soft rain, same place. And maybe we're just ghosts, still tied to what we miss. But even if it's just for now, I'm glad we have this. Soft rain, same place, a quiet kind of grace. We're not who we were then, but somehow we begin again. In soft rain, same place.
I stirred the phone too long. You looked away like nothing's wrong. Your hand brushed mine, almost but just shy of time. You said my name too soft. I blinked, the moment's lost. A second late, a breath too slow. Now neither of us knows. Caramel delay, the sweetness that got in the way. You almost said what I almost knew, but silence poured like morning dew. We're caught in the glaze of things we didn't say, like coffee cooled but stays in caramel delay. Your words hang in the steam, a melody that almost means
to let it float. Caramel delay, still dancing in my day. Your name, your eyes, that pause we let slip away. But maybe in replay, you'll say what you meant to say. Till then, I'll sip and slow. Two cups between us, steam rising slow. You stir your drink, but don't let it show. I watch the swirl, pretend to read the words I want, the ones I need. Your eyes trace cracks in the wood, like they might say what you never could. But here in this middle space, I see the truth on your face. Imitable confessions, soft and unspoken, in every glance, in every token. The way you breathe, the way you wait, the words unsaid still resonate. We don't need to speak aloud, this silence says it proud. Imitable confessions are the loudest in the crowd. You bite your lip like you're not sure if crossing lines would open doors. But I lean close, not to push, just to hear the quiet hush. Your laugh is nervous like before, when we were less, but maybe more. The distance now is barely wide, but full of things we try to hide. Imitable confessions, soft and unspoken, in every glance, in every token. The way you breathe, the way you wait, the words unsaid still resonate. We don't need to speak aloud, this silence says it proud. Imitable confessions are the loudest in the crowd. And if I said too much, would you pull back or touch? Sometimes what's left unsaid speaks louder than love ever did. Imitable confessions, written in steam, etched in the wood of every daydream. No fireworks, no storms, just this moment, still and warm. Imitable confessions, quiet becomes form.
You smiled as the cup was set down, foam swirling slow, a golden crown. I watched it fade, just like before. The way you drifted from my door. No loud goodbyes, no sudden end, just fewer calls you didn't send. You said it wasn't anyone. Just time on the run. Fade into foam like whispers in steam. Too soft to hold, too warm to scream. We loved like milk and flame, sweet but never tame. Now all I have to own is how we fade into foam. You never stirred the sugar twice, just let it melt. Said that's more nice. I guess that's how you felt with me. Let it go so gracefully. We sat like strangers side by side, our knees not quite aligned. And still I wished you'd touch my hand, but quiet was your final stand. Fade into foam like whispers in steam. Too soft to hold, too warm to scream. We loved like milk and flame, sweet but never tame. Now all I have to own is how we fade into foam. They say some love just passes through, like coffee heat, like morning dew. And I believe that's what we were. A moment held, then left to blur. Fade into foam like stories never told. You slipped away so kindly, but even kindness gets cold. No heartbreak, no blame, just the last bit of your name left swirling in my bone as we fade into foam. Street lights stretch across the floor. You trace your cup like once before. The record hums a low refrain, and time forgets to move again. You read a book you've read before, but turn the page a little more. Your silence doesn't ask for much, but I still feel it in the hush. Slow hours, quiet and deep, like a movie we keep. Pause between the lines where our hearts used to speak. No rush, no regret, just warmth we softly in repeat. You lean back, I pour the tea. The stillness feels like melody. No need to name what's in the air. It lingers, simply settles there. You smile once, but don't explain. And somehow that removes the pain. We're not what we were before, but we're not nothing anymore. Slow hours, quiet and deep, like a movie we keep. Pause between the lines, where our hearts used to speak. No rush, no regret, just warmth we don't forget. Slow hours, you and me, breathing softly in repeat. And if this is all we are, then maybe that's enough. A dimly lit cafe, still holding pieces of us. Slow hours softly remain, like old songs without a name. The tea's gone cold, but I don't move. Your seat's still warm, your scent still smooth. You left so soft, you barely stirred. Yet every sip recalls your words. You didn't say what you should have said, but your silence lingers in my head. And I pretend I'm over you, while stirring truths I never brewed. There's an echo in my teacup of the things you didn't say, floating in the quiet steam that drifts and fades away. No storm, no crash, no cry, just silence poured goodbye. And now I sit and sup this echo in a teacup. The chime above the door still rings, like ghosts returning with their wings. I hold this cup like fragile glass, afraid to drink, afraid to pass. The window holds your fading face, half reflection, half embrace. And though you're not across from me, your voice is steeped in memory. There's an echo in my teacup of the things you didn't say, floating in the quiet steam that drifts and fades away. No storm, no crash, no cry, just silence poured goodbye. And now I sit and sup It tastes like what we were. Not bitter, not quite sweet, just warm enough to blur. So here's to what we never named. And every time I sip the same, you rise, you fill me up. This echo in a teardrop.